Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Brown, as many of you guys know already. And I am a dialect coach through 21accents.com. And today, welcome to Tip Tuesday, as usual. We're going to be speaking about the essential tips that help me, that have helped me in the past, that help me in the future, that will help me in the future, and that help me at the moment whenever I have to learn an accent. I get asked this many, many times in every class that I ever have with any of my students. And it's interesting because when I started working with Amy, before I started working with Amy, I was already aware of some of the things that I was saying incorrectly, some of the sounds that I was producing differently from Americans. Same as I am whenever I'm doing another accent and something slips out, whether it's American or it's Spanish or it's German. And that's our first tip, really, right there, is awareness. So first tip right there for you is awareness. Now, speaking is a natural skill that we have as human beings. We communicate, and in the society that we live in today, we want it to be fast, we want it to be quick, to the point. However, when we are doing any kind of accent training, we're kind of choreographing a little dance in our mouth with the new sounds that we're learning for that accent. So same as if I gave you the choreography for a dance, you wouldn't actually go right away and do it. Without actually going over the steps. You cannot just spit the sentence out of your mouth completely without actually just really thinking about the sounds and really paying attention to what you're actually saying. Now, this seems obvious, but it's not. Most of my students won't realize what's actually coming out of their mouths when they're speaking. So if, let's say, today I was working with someone and they said the word don. So this was a Spanish speaker, and we're talking, and she said, "Are we done?" And I said, so that sound is the schwa, done, done, and she then realized, oh, that's right, that's a schwa, right? So we're going to be working with that schwa. And automatically, when she really paid attention to the sound that I was producing, she was able to take it and reproduce it and say it correctly. However, what happens a lot of times is that we won't really pay attention to the sound that's coming out of our mouths because we will be too focused on the content of what we're talking about. So tip number one, awareness. We need to really be aware of every little sound that comes out of our mouths. Now, when you have a very thick accent, that can be really challenging. So I would recommend starting slowly. Choose some of the sounds that you really struggle with. Like, let's say that you're from Germany, and we will do a video about this in the future, about some of the characteristics of a German accent. But let's say that you're in Germany. So a lot of your voiced consonants are going to become unvoiced. Germany instead of Germany. But that's for another video. So what we're going to do is we're going to really pay attention to one sound. Let's say if you're doing accent training and you're working with a coach, let's say one sound a week, a couple sounds a week, like the TH if you're in Germany, or the, depending on which one you struggle with the most. Really pay attention to every word. Pay attention to every word that contains that sound. Drill the words that are hard for you, like the word think. theater, thanks, this, that, those. If that TH is hard for you, really drill it until it becomes a natural part of your speech. Now, it's different if you're doing a scene from a movie, if you're an actor and you need to learn another accent. It's also different if you're from England and you're doing an American accent. But it's really going to come down to, even if you're easier if you're doing a play, because you'll have a script and you can really pay attention to every word and learn the play from the beginning in that accent. Don't try to learn it in your natural accent and then translate it into a different accent. So awareness and paying attention to little things. That's the second tip. So one sound or a couple sounds a week will really help you get further away than trying to take everything in at the same time. So taking a couple sounds a week and really paying attention to them during the whole day will really help you. And the third little tip that I have is repetition. Repeat, 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 repeat. Before, a while ago, about 6-7 years ago, when I first learned English, or when I was getting really good with my English and I started noticing my accent, what really what happened to me was that I felt like I was getting blocked. I didn't know how to improve my accent. So what I did is, or was, and is still with any accent, I would take a little clip of a video, a movie from YouTube that has or had in the past the accent that I wanted to do or that I wanted to practice. Now, every accent comes with different qualities, a different vibe, but I would choose someone that I loved, someone that I was passionate about, a movie that I was passionate about. Not take that little clip from that movie. I would download it as an MP3 file, put it in my phone, and I would listen to that every day, and I would walk down the street with it in my headphones, and I would be repeating. And people thought I was crazy, and they still do if I ever do it for another accent. But it really helps. It really helps. The more you practice, the more you drill words, repetition. If you, let's say that you're in acting school, or that you're in the college, or that you go to see a play, and you like the accent of the actor, really in your brain, repeat. Pay attention to the way they say things. Put it into your body. How does that sound? How does that sound when you say it? Can you imitate what they say? And if you can, then drill it. Repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until it becomes a part of you. That's the fifth part of learning any accent, the vibe. How does it feel to be American? How does it feel to be Spanish or English or German or any other accent from New York or wherever? Okay, so really pay attention to those things. Oh, like people in California tend to go up a lot more at the end of the sentences than they might do in other parts of the country. So really pay attention to those little things and then put them into your accent, who you are as, like, let's say that you hear someone, you admire an actor, someone who has the accent and the voice quality that you like and that you look up to. You can not copy them, not imitate them, not impersonate them, but repeat them. Really learn the way they speak and then put it into practice with your own accent. And these are only 3 little tips. I'm not giving you any specific sound tip. However, if you really put these into practice, you'll see that they help. They really help. If you ask Amy how she learned every accent that she knows, repetition. Repetition. Tip number 3. Being really aware of what you're saying when what's coming out of your mouth. Okay. And I forgot what the second one was, but so repetition, awareness, and taking it one step at a time. Those are my 3 tips for you today. And thank you so much for watching. You can join us every Tuesday for a new tip. And if you are interested in sessions with either me or Amy or Elisa or Sunny, our 2 wonderful coaches, feel free to click here and book a free private consultation to see if our methods are something that would work for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next Tuesday for our Tip Tuesday. Bye.